Welcome back, everybody. This is the U Stadium Network. We're here with the newest member of the U Stadium family. That's Glenn. He's now a Panthers mega fan, if you will. He's going to be posting exclusive content on the app. This isn't exclusive content, but you know what it is? Banger content. He and I had the idea. We're going to go through every team, all 32 of them, and pick one guy per team that we think, one new addition to that team. So not Patrick Mahomes, not Aaron Rodgers. One new player for every team that we think is going to be a difference maker on this team, whether it's offense, whether it's defense, whether it's a guy signed in free agency, a guy acquired through trade, or, one of the 259 picks in the draft. I took the AFC. Glenn took the NFC. So let's get it popping. I'm going to transition to one pick that I know exactly what they were doing. Christian Barmore to New England. One of my favorite picks in the entire draft. I loved Barmore as a prospect. I am entrenched in the first round. I didn't know where he was going to go because teams don't value interior line play. But I know he slipped down some draft boards. There were some, coachability issues. But remember, who's the head coach of New England? Oh, Bill Belichick. Who's Bill Belichick's best friend in football? Nick Saban. Who coached Christian Barmore in college? Nick Saban. So if there was a team that, we're just gonna swallow whatever issues Barmore has, and we're gonna let him play football. It's New England, which is ironic because they were the least resistant or the most resistant to BS the first 20 years under Belichick. Mm-hmm. But you bring in Antonio Brown, you dealt with Aaron Hernandez. Tom Brady is kind of a lunatic, and now you have Christian Barmore. And I don't think Christian Barmore's a lunatic. I don't know the full extent of these off-the-field issues because they're off the field, and, I care about the on-field stuff. Barmore is going to be a day one guy, and you don't often get that. You say Levi Onwuzurike, who I don't remember if you picked. He's going to be, in 2 years, he's going to be awesome. Christian Barmore, I think, is going to be potential Pro Bowl guy year one. I think he's all pro. He doesn't have all pro upside, but I'll compare this to say 2019. Jeffrey Simmons was one of the best picks, if not the single best pick in the draft, but he wasn't going to be all pro day one. Mm-hmm. Next year he could be all pro. He could be edge. He could be IDL 2 behind Donald very, 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 very soon. And I would love to see it happen, even though I hate the Titans. Barmore.
You're forgetting about one Derek Brown, who's going to be that guy.
Good point. Not Derek Brown. Barmore is more like a Dexter Lawrence kind or a Christian Wilkins kind with more pass rushing upside than both of them, but he should be good against the run from day one. That he is going to be productive as a rookie. Mm-hmm. He may not ever develop into an all-pro. I'll be the first to admit that, but he should be a Pro Bowler or at least give you Pro Bowl caliber play. Say like a Michael Onwenu, who was never going to be a Pro Bowler because no one knows who Michael Onwenu is. But he played at a level that, say PFF gave him a really high grade. Those in the NFL, he was considered in my top 100, as a 6th round pick. Christian Barmore, much higher floor than that. I like Barmore a lot. I think he's going to be one of the defensive players that doesn't get killed as a rookie. Every other rookie, like we talked about Parsons is going to get torched. Okay, sure. Yeah,
it happens to all rookies,
Last year, Jeff Okudah was the best corner I've ever seen in college. He was the number 2 or number 3 prospect on my board. I don't do that with corners. And Okudah was lit on fire. He had a sub 30 PFF grade. Again, PFF, grain of salt, but you're not a good player if you have a 30 PFF grade. Patrick Queen, lit on fire. Isaiah Simmons, lit on fire. Kenneth Murray, lit on fire. Every corner in the draft outside of Cam Dantzler and there was one other corner that wasn't lit on fire that was actually halfway decent. Every other corner was massacred, and most defensive players as a whole were just killed last year, whether they were rookies or not. I think Barmore's going to be a defensive rookie of the year candidate. And I would say he would win the thing, but 1, he's a Patriot. 2, he's an interior guy, not an edge guy. And 3, I don't know if the sack numbers are going to be there, but I think the pressure numbers are going to be there. So he's a guy that he's going to be a PFF darling. He's going to be a guy. If you watch film, he's going to be your favorite player. But if you only watch the stat sheet, Matt Judon has 12.5 sacks. Yeah. I know Christian Barmore caused half of those.
Yeah. I like the Barmore pick by you. New England obviously had an extremely busy free agency. They probably spent the most money of any team this year, which I respect to an extent. They had one down year with Belichick, and they go out. They're going all stops, or pulling out all the stops. I'm sorry. I think I would have gone offense here for New England. I just tend to gravitate towards that side of the ball a little bit more. We talked about Jonnu Smith, what he brings to that offense. My pick might actually surprise you. It's Nelson Aguilar. I know the guy gets a lot of hate for how he was in New England, but here's the deal: that guy was fantastic for the Raiders last year. I mean, he was performing.
He was doing the Henry Ruggs
caliber that he was meant to.
He's a former first-round pick.
Yeah, exactly. And from all the tape I've been seeing, all the things I've been reading out of camp, Cam Newton loves Nelson Aguilar. The guys have a connection already, and I think that he's probably going to be Cam's top target this year because Cam Newton is going to be the starter. You Mac Jones fans can eat it, and that's not just because I'm a raging Cam Newton stan. That's just a fact,
I would be surprised. But
I see Nelson Aguilar being their top guy this year as far as targets go. I don't know how Belichick plans to utilize him in that offense, if it's similar to how Oakland did, or Las Vegas, I'm sorry. But I think Nelson Aguilar is going to surprise a lot of people with how productive he is in New England.
That's a really nice pick. I actually switched from Jonnu to Barmore when I remember that they drafted Barmore. But Jonnu was going to be my pick until like 2 minutes before we started the show. So I like Jonnu, and Aguilar is interesting. And we'll get to my Dolphins player, which he falls in the same mold as Aguilar. I'm sure you can guess it now. But when you think Cam Newton and you think he can't throw the ball down the field, why is Aguilar, who's a deep threat, why is that useful?
Yards after the catch.
In football, besides like Pittsburgh, uses yards after the catch. Pittsburgh just throws a bunch of 6-yard passes. But if you have a guy with that speed, of course it goes long speed, but you do realize players can run horizontally, right? This is what Tyreek Hill does better than anyone. That he gets from hash mark to hash mark faster than anyone I've ever seen, and that's just easy separation. He can run up the sideline for 30 yards. There's long speed. This is why DK Metcalf runs a 4.33. And then there's horizontal speed. Aguilar has some of that horizontal speed. You get him running on some crossers. You get him running in space, and that 4.3 speed is great just running vertical, but it's also great running horizontal, getting separation from the good corners in the AFC East. So I wouldn't be shocked if Aguilar has, I don't know, New England's not going to throw the ball as much as, say, Vegas did last year. But, I mean...
Which is ironic considering that Vegas has a way better running game than New England does.
I don't know about that anymore. I don't know. I'm a big Damian Harris guy. And
I'm a big Josh Jacobs guy. So
okay. Respect.
Yeah.